What if I told you the next big name in cricket is not already a global superstar, but someone quietly building his legacy right now? A player who has the technique, temperament, and hunger to dominate world cricket in the coming years. That player is James Coles. And today, I'm going to show you why he could become one of the biggest players in the future. Early attention grab. In modern cricket, it's not easy to stand out. You have T20 leagues, aggressive batting, constant competition, and yet, very few players show true all-format potential. James Coles is one of them. And here's something that proves his value early on. He became one of the most expensive young picks in the 100 auction, a clear sign that franchises already see massive potential in him. Now this is where things get even more exciting. James Coles made his professional debut at just 16 years old. Think about that for a second. At an age where most players are still developing, he was already competing at a professional level. That tells you everything about his talent, his maturity, and the trust teams have in him. Background and rise. James Coles comes from the English domestic system, representing Sussex. Now, if you follow county cricket, you already know this is where real cricketers are made. And Coles didn't just enter the system, he made an impact early. At a young age, he showed strong temperament under pressure, solid technique against both pace and spin, and most importantly, consistency that's rare. Because many young players flash talent, but Coles builds innings. Batting strength. Let's talk about his batting. Coles is a left-handed batter, and that already gives him an advantage in modern cricket. But what makes him special? It's his balance between classical technique, modern aggression that he can anchor in innings when needed, rotate strikes smartly, and accelerate when the team demands. This is exactly what today's cricket needs, not just power hitters, but smart match winners. Temperament, the X factor. Now here's the most important thing. Temperament. Anyone can hit boundaries. Anyone can have a good day. But not everyone can perform when it matters. Coles has shown that calmness. He doesn't panic. He reads the game. He builds partnerships. And that's what separates good players from future greats. All-round ability. And here's where things get even more interesting. James Coles is not just a batter. He's a useful bowler as well. That makes him a complete package. In today's game, teams value multi-skill players, flexibility, balance, and Coles brings all of that. He can contribute with the bat and break partnerships with the ball. That's a captain's dream player. If you look at modern cricket legends, players like Joe Root, Ben Stokes, they all had one thing in common early on: consistency plus adaptability. James Coles is showing similar signs. He's not flashy, but he's effective. And sometimes, those are the players who go the furthest. Why he can become a future superstar. Let's break it down clearly. Why do I believe James Coles can become one of the biggest players in the future? Strong technique that he can survive in tough conditions. Game awareness that he knows when to attack and when to defend. All-round value. Bat plus ball equals huge advantage. Temperament. Big match mentality already visible. Early big investments. Being one of the most expensive picks in the 100 shows huge belief from franchises. Early start. Debuting at 16 means he has years to grow and dominate. Future prediction. Here's my prediction. If James Coles continues on this path, he will break into the England national team, that he will become a reliable middle-order player. And eventually, he could be one of the pillars of England cricket, not just in tests, but across formats. And once he gains international exposure, that's when the world will truly notice. In today's fast-paced cricket world, teams don't just need stars. They need stability, intelligence, match awareness. James Coles fits perfectly into that role. He's the kind of player who wins you tough matches, holds the innings together, and delivers when pressure is highest. But let's go deeper. Because the real question is not just can he perform. The real question is, can he dominate an era? And the answer might just be yes. Look at how modern cricket is evolving. T20 leagues are getting faster. Bowlers are getting smarter. Pressure situations are increasing. In this kind of environment, only complete cricketers survive. And James Coles is building himself into exactly that. Big match potential. Every great player has one defining trait. They show up in big moments. And Coles has already shown signs of that mentality. He doesn't just play for stats, he plays for impact. Imagine this. Chasing 180 in a pressure game. Team struggling at 60-4. Crowd tense. Match slipping away. That's where players like Coles step in. Calm. Composed. Calculated, he builds, he absorbs pressure, and then suddenly, he takes the game away. That's not just skill, that's mindset. Now think about franchise cricket. Leagues like the 100, IPL, Big Bash. These leagues don't just look for talent. They look for match winners. And Coles has already made a statement by being one of the most expensive picks in the 100. That's not hype. That's belief. Franchises are investing in him because they see a long-term superstar. And once he starts performing consistently on these big stages, there's no stopping his rise. England's future core player. Let's talk international cricket. England is always looking for players who can adapt across formats, handle pressure, deliver consistently. James Coles fits into that future core perfectly. In the coming years, we could see him stabilizing the middle order in tests, finishing games in ODIs, playing smart, impactful knocks in T20s. That kind of versatility is rare. And that's exactly why he stands out. Right now, he might still be under the radar, but not for long, because talent like this doesn't stay hidden. And when he gets his big opportunity, he won't just play, he will dominate. So remember the name, James Coles, because in the coming years, we might not be asking who is he. We might be saying, he is one of the biggest players in the world. If you enjoyed this prediction, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because we spot future stars before they become legends.